Welcome to part 2 of Is It Worth Doing a Vintage Fair? The straight answer is nobody has a crystal ball. We have no idea who is going to turn up, who is going to want to buy our products, and whether or not we're going to make a profit. I'm not going to lie, this fair for us was the first time that we made a loss, and it really does sting. But we did learn a lot, so keep watching and we're going to take you there and talk you through some of the things that happened. So it's the day of the fair, it's Friday. We are on our way now to the unit to collect the boxes that we got ready the other day, and then we're going to get going. Now the fair is 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. this evening. It's a Friday night, and then we will leave the stuff there and it carries on all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So it's the first time we've ever done a 3-day stint, but it's going to be fun because it's up in York and that's where Mia goes to uni, so we're going to get to catch up with her as well. Tomorrow it's the big car boot sale at York that we love, and so we'll be able to go around there, and the weather forecast is glorious. So all in all, hoping that this will be a really good weekend, and as with all fairs, we're going with an open mind just to see what happens. Like, we've no idea about the footfall, the clientele at this fair, but we're bringing a really wide variety of stuff, and as usual we're doing our £5, £10 and £15 sections, and I've made new little signs for that, so we're developing all of the time. Here we go, this is our little unit, it's 8x8. So we're really pleased with it, and there's all our fair stuff, our boxes and things. It's the perfect day for it. The sky is blue. I don't think we'll be this excited when it's raining, but let's go. We're going to pack up the car and see how long it takes us.
Okay, on the works approximately 5 minutes. That's really good. Really pleased with that. And off we go.
So here we are at York Racecourse. Look at this. At least the sun's shining. I'm going to start filming pulling this trolley because I'm now going to go downhill. Let's go. Which we had hoped for, but we're just trying to work out how we can manage without one. We'll just have a look around. There's like a poster salad behind us, shoes and things, and lots of people setting up. Those are the doors, but I believe like people will come in at those doors over there. That's our friend Jane in there, and we're next to Laura, who we know as well, so this is quite cool. And we're just trying to sort everything out, get as much stuff as we can out. £5 section, £10 section, and £15 section. So absolute bargains. Because this, for example, is definitely worth way more than £15, as are these. You come and get bargains at these fairs. Okay, so we're all done. We've got our coffees. We're going to go outside now and have a little bit of sunshine because there's an hour to go. So we'll just walk around. There's like a few people set up. There's all the stores. It's like a little department store vibe is what this fair's going for. Excuse me wearing my sunglasses indoors. They're prescription. And I've not got my glasses. So, but it is quite bright where our store is, isn't it, luckily?
It is, luckily, yeah.
Anyway, there's a bar. So yeah, it's really nice. So here's the grandstand at the race course. It's a while since I've been here. Did a few hen parties at the race course in our time. Gorgeous. But we have already sold 2 shell pictures. So to a lovely girl who's doing the social media. So we have made a sale, which is always a good thing. So the really nice thing about being in York is Mia's come to join us, and she's come with a little picnic for tea. So we're going to share out this fair between us over the weekend and all just kind of do our little bit and take a break, and it's now, what time is it? Okay, it's Friday evening, it's now 8:30, we're on our way home. A little disappointing, it's brand new. Obviously the weather, glorious sunny night on a Friday after work. People are probably barbecuing in their gardens or going to the beer gardens. The footfall was not great. It's a brand new fair, so you know, we decided we would give it a go because Mia, our daughter, is in York. It's no problem for us to go to York for the weekend and see what can happen. And also York car boot sale is on tomorrow morning at the racecourse. We're going to do the car boot anyway. We would have been going to that, and then between us we'll carry on and sell. So we took £84 this evening. Yeah, I mean, we did better than some, but not the best start. So let's see what happens over the weekend. We sold some artwork. What else went, Mark?
We sold a brass trivet, a couple of other little brass pieces. So
A mirror, little mirror.
Yeah.
That's kind of it, really. So yes, we will see what tomorrow brings. Okay, so after day one, you know, what an absolutely fantastic venue. It was such a breeze to load up and set up our stall. We were really delighted. We met so many fantastic sellers. The stalls looked amazing. And in principle, this event had lots going for it. And we signed up for it a long time ago. And I was a little bit wowed by the fact that this was going to be at the racecourse in York. Thinking as well, it's going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. It's all there for the whole weekend. We can make a real family affair of this. And I'm definitely not here to discredit the organisers. I'm trying to share the things that you need to bear in mind if you're going to commit financially to doing a fair. But the racecourse is a little distance from York. York is a phenomenal city, packed with tourists, packed with students. Students, my daughter, she said, you know, you've got to get a bus out there. It's not a quick place that you can just access on a Friday night with your mates. And she said, unfortunately, that her friends weren't interested in making that journey that evening. So, you know, taking all those things into account, sadly, those factors went against us, particularly when the sun is shining. It was so hot, so sunny. It's clear that bright sunshine, which who knows, you know, in April, it could go either way. But bright sunshine and indoor events just don't really mix unless there is a real reason to come out of the town and get involved. We were really excited for day two. We headed down to the car boot. So the fair was due to start at 10 a.m. The car boot opens at the crack of dawn. So while we're at the fair, we've just popped over to the car boot sale and actually got a few things. We've done all right, haven't we, Mark? We've only had an hour.
Yeah.
We've done okay, haven't we?
Right. It's a lot busier today than when we came last time.
Yeah, but there's some amazing stalls here. It is more like an antiques fair, really. We haven't even scratched the surface because it's all over on that car park as well today because of the weather. But we have filled a couple of bags and we've spent up and we're going to go and earn some money now. Just put this up on the road to the food stall when I said we'd spent up, and Mark is eyeing up a book of an atlas with all maps in. Here he comes with the tea. Gorgeous day, we've got to fuel up. But we literally got not even like a sixth of the way around that, I don't think, today. And we spent, I think, £60 is roughly what we've spent.
Got some nice bits though.
Nice bits. And we met two people who knew us. One lady off YouTube and one lady off Instagram. So that was really nice. And I'm sure if we had more time, we would have literally could have spent all day here, but we've got a fair to go and do.
Do you want me to show you what I've got?
Yeah, we've just bumped into Jane from Caboodle.
Got a lovely basket
Going to show
blanket.
us what you've got.
Lovely
Oh,
blanket.
Jane, that's
Nice
gorgeous.
shelf.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, don't lose your trolley. That's amazing. Oh yeah, some nice
They
stoneware.
always come in, yeah. That's a little shelf with a mirror, a nice enamel pot, coffee pot, and
Oh, that watering can's nice.
it's fun.
Oh. That's
So
amazing.
very hippie boho type. Yeah.
Oh, Jane, I
So,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And where will they be on sale? Are you taking those to the fair?
I'm going to take those to Arthur Swallows at Ripley Castle.
And when's that going to
That's
be?
the, oh gosh, I think 8th and 9th of May, something like that.
Amazing. We might try and come to that. That'd be
Yeah.
good, wouldn't it, Mark? Mark's just resting before we go to the fair. Oh, Jane, it was lovely. We shall see you in the fair
See you
then.
soon, yes.
We're neighbours, aren't we, over there? So
we
we'll
are,
see
yes.
you
It's
soon.
going to be a good day today, I think.
See you soon.
Nice to see you.
Bye. Right, we're inside, ready for day 2, and we've just got the stall all unwrapped and ready. It's actually boiling. We're near the glass, but the sun is moving away from this building. Just hope we can last. Here we are, ready to go. Excited for today. I was out here having lunch with my daughters, and this is Sarah, my friend from uni, and this is Vanessa, my other friend from uni, and they turned up at the racecourse to come and see us, which is really cool. And they're both sitting there going, do I have to say something? What am I going to say? So what are you going to say, Sarah? Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Vanessa?
Love following Gill and Mark on social media.
Oh, so cool. I'm so glad you made a special appearance. Hi, it's the end of day 2 and we're on our way home. And today wasn't great, unfortunately. We didn't make as much today as we made last night, and the footfall was just not enough. So although we have made great friends and had lovely conversations with lots and lots of lovely people, and brilliant today popping to the car boot and seeing my friends, seeing Mia, we are definitely hoping that tomorrow will be better. So watch this space. So some learning points from day 2, okay? Amazing car boot sale, you saw that on the film. Packed with sellers, packed with buyers. And again, of course, the sunshine didn't help. You've spent a morning outdoors at the car boot sale, you've had a bit of breakfast, you've had a cup of tea, you've filled your car. You're going to go home and enjoy the rest of the day with your family. I do know from speaking to my friend Michelle, who organises So Retro events, she said to me recently, if it's bright sunshine, you've had it. If it's absolutely chucking it down, you've had it. So really, you want that middle of the road weather, and none of us can predict that when we're booking vintage fairs. So it's the end of day 3. I haven't filmed today because I actually have been out with Mia on a side quest. Okay, so we are done. It's been a busy day. But we're finished now. End of day 3.
So it was a bit quiet again. We did do a few sales. Our total overall, we made our pitch feedback over the weekend, but we didn't really make any profit with the cost of goods that we have to take off. So you live and learn, don't you? And it was nice to chat to the other traders and find out about their stalls and what they do.
Yeah, it was
good.
It's basically, I think after the pitch fee we've made £20, but then if you take off our cost of goods, it's a loss. We need to weigh up whether this one is going to be worth it for us again in the future. Okay, so our main things to take away. We have always treated this business as an experiment. You only have to go back to my very first video, cringe, where you'll hear me talking about how I set this up as a side income and it was just experimenting and learning. And so it's absolutely vital that the experience that we've had, we chalk it down to experience and we move on. Oh, it was such a shame because the organisers really tried to get this right. Now, when you're calculating whether a fair is going to be worth your while, we would never travel more than an hour to go to a fair because we don't want to start having to book accommodation. The fuel costs, the transport costs, all of those things need to be factored in. And of course, there is a cost element to your time. You've seen from the video how much time this takes. And I think the really important thing is we actually love selling face to face. We really enjoy going out, meeting people. It gives us a great sense of purpose. When you are early retired like us, this is our workplace. Going to see people, chatting to customers, getting out and about, going to events is really fun, and we treat it as a day out. Of course, we wish we'd made some money and some profit. That's the point of it. But Scarlett got to work there on the Sunday. She had a wonderful time. She did front of house. The organisers were really pleased with her. She got lovely feedback. Right, so things to bear in mind if you're going to do a vintage fair. Just do your homework. You know, we knew this was a new fair. We knew the risk that we were taking on, and that's why we're not angry about it. We're not upset about it. We're obviously just feeling really disappointed for ourselves and for everybody else that was there, because all the traders were in the same boat, and certainly for the organisers. So I wish them loads and loads of luck. I'm certain it will grow. You know, it's been a massive, massive learning curve. We just see then the losses as, you know, money we would have spent out on a nice weekend with our family maybe. But we'll see how things go. I would love to know your thoughts. Please, you know, check out the rest of our videos on vintage fairs. We've got lots coming up in the coming months. If you've enjoyed this episode, give it a like. Definitely subscribe. We're going to take you behind the scenes on lots more of the things that we're doing in our early retirement as we grow this business for supplementary income. But I will try and drag Mark onto a video very, very soon, and we'll catch up soon. Take care.